Okay, recording is started. Go ahead.
Okay. I start with a forest.
Okay.
And then I pass the turn.
Okay. Very mysterious.
Very mysterious.
Yeah.
No cradle.
First turn cradle would be a very ambitious move.
Yeah.
I'll play Sarcomancy and
Okay.
zombie, and then I'll pass with 6 cards in hand.
Okay, and that was a swamp. I could not see because of
Oh,
but now I can see.
yeah, sorry, it's a swamp.
Okay, I see. Then I draw. I play a swamp as well.
Okay.
And I will play Wall of Blossoms.
Sure.
Draw a card. And then I pass the turn with 6 cards in hand.
Okay, I'll draw. Play a Barbarian Ring. Well,
Barbarian Ring, that's red, right? So it's
yeah, red and black. Well, Wall of Blossoms is very annoying. I will go to attacks. Yeah.
Okay, I block.
Okay. I'll take 1, go to 19, and I will bolt your wall.
Okay.
And then I will, let's see, I will pass with 5 cards in hand.
Okay. Untap, draw. Let's oh. Okay, I play a Treetop Village tapped, and then I pass with 6 cards in hand.
Alright, I'll draw. I will take 1, I'll go to 18, play a Dauthi Horror.
Okay. It's 2/1 or?
Yeah, it's a 2/1 shadow and it cannot be blocked by white creatures.
Yes.
And then I'll go to attacks.
Okay, no blocks. I take 2.
Yep. So we're at 18 each, and then I will pass with 5 cards in hand.
Okay. Untap, draw. Play a Mistress Factory. And then I play maybe I could play something else. Let's think about it. Yeah, let's play a Blastoderm. Tap this one as well. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I pass the turn.
I'll draw.
And I have 5 cards in hand.
Okay. Play a Bloodstained Mire. I'll crack. I'll go to 17. I'll get a mountain. Blastoderm. Think about this. So do that. And that. Three. How many cards in hand?
5.
Play Mogg Flunkies. It's a
Okay. They are 3/3.
yeah.
And what else?
They cannot attack or block during a turn in which no other creature I control attacks or blocks.
Okay. Okay, so they cannot do anything alone.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then I will go to attacks.
Okay. Take 2?
Yep. So you're at 16, I think.
Yes. 16.
And then I will pass with 4 cards in hand.
Okay. Untap. Fading.
Mm-hmm.
Draw. I play Swamp.
Okay.
Okay, now I got this 3/3. Uh-huh. No, I attack.
Okay. No blocks. I'll go to 12.
Okay. Yes. And then I play Deranged Terminate.
Hermits. Sure.
Okay. And we have 4 Squirrel tokens.
Mm-hmm.
And then I pass the turn.
And a turn. I'll take 1. I'll go to 11. And I will bolt you.
Okay.
Yeah, 13.
I go to 13.
Yep. And then I'll go to my turn.
Yes.
I'll draw. I'm gonna Reckless Charge on the Dauthi Horror.
Okay. So what does that do again?
It gives target creature +3/+0 in haste until end of turn, and then it has flashback cost of 2 colorless and 1 red.
Okay.
I'll go to attacks.
Yes.
So this will go in for 5.
Okay. Anything else or just 5?
Just 5.
Okay.
I would love if there was something else.
Yeah.
But that is it, unfortunately. Okay, let me think about this. I have 3 cards in hand. I will pass to you.
Okay, so I untap. The echo or not. Fading, I don't pay the echo cost.
Okay.
And I play a swamp.
Yeah.
And then I attack with the Plastodon.
5 damage. Go to 6. That's fine. I'll go to 6 life.
Okay. And then I play a Ravenous Bailiff.
Well, that is less exciting for me. Yeah, that's good.
And I pass the turn.
Ravenous Bailiff is bad. Okay. Let me think about this. I'll draw for turn.
Okay.
Bloodstained Mire.
Mm-hmm.
8 life. Yikes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, well, this guy can't really do anything but attack, so I'll attack with this. Yeah, just this guy.
Okay, so I take 2.
Yeah, so we're both at 6.
Okay.
And then what about this? So attack with both. Play a Jackal Pup.
Okay.
And then I'll pass to you.
Okay. Untap. Fading. Draw. Okay. So you're at 6 life, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not a good place to be in, unfortunately.
How many cards in hand?
Sorry, I have 2 cards in hand.
Okay, 2 cards in hand. Yeah, that was the village. I attack. Oh, I'd like to go to attacks.
Sure.
Okay, I attack with Blastoderm, Bailiff, and 4 squirrels.
Let's think about this. Take 3 from the squirrels. Go to 3. Go 2. Sorry, just give me one moment.
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
No, I think you got this one. Because what if I lose my zombie? I'm going to lose a life from the Sarcomancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. That was a good one. I had another bolt in my hand, so if the Baloth wasn't there, then I would have been able to get you the turn before. But Baloth and Blastoderm buy so much time. There's no way I was coming back from that.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about playing the Baloth or not. So, but then I thought, okay, it's probably better to have this kind of lifeline, being able to get the life. So it was the right choice.
Yeah, I mean, Baloth is so good. All right, let's see.
Let's see what can the sideboard do? Okay, I know what I can board out. That's good.
That's the first step.
Yeah. Let's think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Let's try this.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen enough of your strategy to know if I have to board anything else. So I can just take this one as well. Okay. It's interesting because your background noise really sounds like what you expect from New York.
You hear like a cop in the background and honking and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's really like what I don't know when you watch a TV show and then they play this, of course, in the background.
Yeah, it is good. Kind of sets the mood.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I will be on the play.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, lots of traffic right now.
Yeah.
All right.
So which part of New York is it?
I live in the Upper East Side.
Upper East Side.
Yeah, in Manhattan.
Okay. That sounds nice, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's an interesting neighborhood because it's kind of like a mixture of museums and like old money people, where I do not live in that particular area, but I live in. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I live.
No. We have to do it the right way. I don't know why I always forget.
Yeah, it's okay. You can just put the middle on top. It's fine with me.
Middle on top.
Yeah, and yeah, I live in kind of like a more younger part with some families and like sports bars and some other stuff, but it's pretty fun.
That's nice.
I will keep this 7.
I keep as well.
Okay, I'll start.
It's not ideal, but
I'll start at the mountain and our good friend, the Jackal Pup.
Jackal Pup. Okay. I draw. Okay. And I play a swamp, and then I pass the turn with 7 cards, obviously.
Okay. Then I'll play a Bloodstained Mire, and I'll fetch. I have 5 cards in hand. I'll go to 19 life. Let's see what do I want. I think I'll get a mountain.
Okay.
And
all of red.
then I'll go to attacks.
Okay. I take 2?
Yep. You're at 18.
Okay.
And then I'll play a Mogg Fanatic.
Okay.
And then I'll play a Grim Lavamancer.
Okay.
And then I'll pass with 3 cards in hand.
Okay. I draw. Painful, but what can you do? City of Brass, green.
Yeah.
King. Play a Wall of Blossoms.
Yeah, that's good.
Draw a card, and then it's your turn.
Okay.
7 cards in hand.
Play a Sulfurous Springs. I guess I'll go to attacks.
Yes.
Attack with these 2.
Attack with these 2. I block the Jackal Pup with the wall.
Okay. So you'll take 1.
I take 1, yes.
So that's 16.
16.
Block the Jackal Pup.
Oh, it has 2 damage on it.
Yeah. I think it's fine. Okay. I will then I'll take 1, go to 18. Play Dauthi Horror.
Okay.
And really debating whether I want to kill this guy. Here's 1. Damage. Yeah. I'll deal you 1 damage. 15.
Okay. Go to 15.
And I'll kill the wall.
Okay, I see. Okay,
And
nice.
then I'll pass with 2 cards in hand.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Yep. Play a swamp. I don't know. I'm really stuck on green mana in both games. Well, I can only do one thing. I take a pain.
Yeah.
I take a pain or whatever. Play a Pernicious Deed.
Yep.
And then I pass the turn with 6 cards in hand.
I'll draw.
Yep.
Play Bloodstained Mire. Well, I guess we'll go to attacks.
Yes.
That's 5.
For 5. Okay, I go to 9.
Yeah. And then I will pass with 2 cards in hand.
Okay, I untap, draw. Mishra's Factory.
No, that's something.
It's something, but yeah. I need green mana, so
yeah.
I think what I will just use the deed for 2.
Yeah.
And then I pass the turn with 6 cards in hand.
Okay. I'll crack this, go to 17. I'll get a swamp, and then play Carnophage, and
Okay.
then I'll pass with 2 cards in hand.
Okay, Carnophage. This deals 1 damage in your upkeep?
Yeah,
right?
it's pay 1 life, or I tap it.
Oh, okay, pay 1 life. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Untap, draw.
No green mana yet?
Still, I mean, I only got the city, but that won't help.
It's the only thing keeping me in the game right now.
I don't know. I don't know
I
what's
guess
in your hand. So.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, that's completely. I guess the only thing I can do, it really hurts. I have to take another pain.
Okay.
Go to 8.
Yeah.
Play another deed.
No. Okay.
And then I pass the turn.
All right. I'll pay 1 life.
With 6 cards in hand. So.
Okay. I'll go to 16, and then I'll draw. So 3 cards. I'll go to attacks.
Okay. Yeah. No blocks. Nothing.
Okay. So you're at
I
6.
take 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to 6.
All right.
You got 2 bolts.
Yeah, I'm very lucky this time. I have 2 bolts.
Okay.
I have 1 card left.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that was just one of those games where you didn't get green mana, so the City of Brass was.
Yeah, I mean, I had the Yavimaya Elder in hand. You know, so with the additional green mana, I have all the mana I need. But
very close.
That's really unfortunate.
Well, now we get a very exciting game 3, so that's something.
Yeah, that's something. But yeah, I also didn't think about 2 bolts actually. So.
I mean, like, the chances are very low.
Yeah.
So, but I guess, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, but it's possible. So I should have used the deed.
I feel like given where you were at, I probably would have also let it go through, but it's hard to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rock is a hard deck to play.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you make the wrong decision.
Happens to me a lot. So.
Yeah. So far in the pod, I actually was quite lucky. I quite often I made the right decision. But it's really, sometimes you just cannot, it's 50-50. There's no way to know what's going to happen. So it's also a bit of luck.
Yeah, that's true. Middle on top again.
Yeah, middle on top. So I'd like to begin, of course. Middle on top as well.
Okay. All right, good luck.
Good luck. Let's see. I have the mulligan.
Ooh. This is tricky. I think I'm gonna keep this. This could be dicey. But someday when I upload this video, I'm sure people in the comments will let me know what a bad decision it was.
Yeah. Okay. But do you also have a hand cam, or they don't?
Yeah, I'm doing a hand cam.
Okay, so they will know what you captured.
Yeah, I can show you after the match too. I'd be curious if you would keep this hand.
This middle on top.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, I keep.
Okay.
Put one thing back. Let's put this one back.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck. So I will play Swamp, and then I pass to you.
Okay. Play Sulfurous Springs. Take 1. Go to 19. Play our good friend the Jackal Pup.
Okay.
And then
Nice.
I will pass with 6 cards in hand.
Okay. I draw. Play Lower Wastes. And then I pass the turn with 5 cards in hand.
No wall. Here we go.
No
All
wall.
right. I'll draw. All right. I got 7 in hand. I'll go to attacks.
Okay.
Or I guess you could have a smother or something.
Yeah, I take it.
Okay. So you're at 18.
Okay, 18.
I'll take another one. I'll go to 18 as well. And I will play a Mogg Fanatic.
A Mogg Fanatic. Let me think about this. Yeah, I will. It doesn't make a difference actually. Oh no, it makes a difference. In response, I play Diabolic Edict.
Yeah. Okay. If this resolves, then I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay, I untap and draw. City of Brass.
Yeah, you love to see it.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, no basic forests. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah. So I will have to ping myself to that again. But this time, or maybe last time I did it as well. Green mana, Wall of Blossom.
Yeah. So you're at 17.
17, draw a card. I take another one.
Okay.
For the 16, play Cabal Therapy.
Yeah, that resolves.
And I name. What do I name? I think. What is the worst thing that you have? Lightning Bolt?
Okay, you got a lightning bolt. I have a Grim Lavamancer, Dystopia, Pyrokinesis, Dauthi Horror, and Mogg Flunkies.
God, I have to check what does Dystopia does. I've never heard of this one. Dystopia. Okay. That's a good one, but of course it needs 3 mana. Will you keep this up or should I take notes?
I'll keep it up.
Okay, thanks. And Pyrokinesis was just... Okay, that's also bad. Yeah, I'm just thinking about should I flashback, of course. Yeah, I will flashback the therapy.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
This time I name Dystopia.
Okay.
And then I pass the turn with three cards in hand.
Was not a land. I'll go for 1. So you're at 15.
15, yes.
I'll take 1. I'll go to 17. I'll play a Grim Lavamancer.
Yeah.
And then I'll pass with 4 cards in hand.
Okay, untap. Draw. Oh, you wouldn't believe it.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
forest.
the basic forest.
The basic forest.
This is the point in the game in which the tides turn, I think. I was counting on those pain lands.
Okay, so, but I know that. Yeah, still. I take a pain.
Yeah.
For green, play a Bailoff.
Oh, Bailoff.
Go to 14.
Yep.
And then I pass the turn.
Okay. I'll draw. So I have 5 cards. I have 2 cards off screen.
Okay.
Let's see. All right. Well, I guess I will attempt to hit the Bailoff for 4.
Okay. In response, I sack for 4 life.
Yeah. So you're at 18.
I'm back at 18.
I'm gonna take this Dauthi Horror back to my hand. I have off screen, but I have 3 cards in hand now.
Okay.
You have 3 cards or 2 cards in hand?
Two cards.
All right. I'll go to attacks with these 2.
Okay. Yeah. No blocks. Nothing I can do.
So you're at 16. I'll take 1. I'll also go to 16, and I'll play a Jackal Pup.
Okay.
And then I'll pass with 2 cards in hand.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Oh. Colorless. Wall of Blossoms.
Yeah, that's good.
Draw a card. Play a Warra Stronghold.
Oh, well, that's very bad for me, but yes, go ahead.
And then I pass the turn with 2 cards in hand.
Okay. I'll draw.
Yeah.
3 cards in hand. Well, let's go to attacks.
Yes. Pup and Fanatic. Yeah, I think I know what you're trying to do.
I think we had the same exact setup before.
Yeah.
Except so I think I had more land.
Yeah, and I think you didn't have so many cards in the graveyard. So I will still block the Jackal Pup.
Okay.
With the wall.
So you'll take 1. You go to 15.
Yeah. 15.
I guess I'll kill the wall. I'll take 1. Go to 15.
Okay.
Then I'll pass to you. I have 3 cards in hand.
You play a lot of red for a Suicide Black deck.
It's kind of a mix of both.
Yeah, I know. But because you ping yourself so often.
Oh yeah, I know. So am I your last matchup, or do you have other people to play?
No, it's the last one actually.
Okay. Did you play against Auntie?
Yes.
Yeah, he was the first matchup that I had this month. And when I built this deck, I was basically like, okay, if I face against Sligh or Burn, like there's no chance that I will do well.
Yeah.
And sure enough, that was the first one. And the pain lands are just terrible. He got me really good. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. Okay, so I have 3 cards in hand. I've got basically 2 options what I can do now. I don't know what is the best thing. How many cards in hand? 3. Okay,
I have 3 cards. We're both at 15.
Yeah, I will just do
3 mana is always scary.
Pernicious Deed?
Yep.
And they all have 1 casting cost, right? Yeah, they have 2.
That's all 1.
Yeah, I fire it off for 1.
Alright, I'll hit you for 1 with the Fanatic. So you're at 14.
14. And then I pass the turn with 2 cards in hand.
Aha!
Oh, uh-oh.
I know, you should be scared. Seems a little late though, but let me think about this. I guess I'll crack and go to 14. And then I'll get a swamp. And then I'll play out that Dauthi Horror that you know about.
Okay.
And then I'll go to 2 cards and I'll pass to you.
Okay. Okay, I untap.
Yeah.
Oh, then I have to ping myself. I don't want to ping myself. Okay, so I just draw.
Okay.
I wanted to do something, but I don't want to take damage from the city. So, but now I will take damage from the city. Take 1 damage.
Yep, you're at 13.
13, play Bailiff.
Yeah.
And then I pass the turn with 2 cards in hand.
Okay, I'll drop. Interesting. Well, I'll go to attacks.
Yes, no blocks, of course.
So you're at 11.
Yeah.
And then well, I think about this. Bailoff. Sorry, let me think about this.
Sure, take your time.
I'll take 1. I'll go to 13.
Okay.
I'll play a Jackal Pup. And then I'll pass over to you.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Okay, there's a land. Attack?
Yeah, no blocks. I'll go to 9.
Okay. And then I will take a pain. So I go to 10. Play another battle.
3rd Bailoff. All right.
And then it's your turn. Yeah. I don't know why. Then I have 3 battles, but no mana. Now I have. Yeah, but okay. Now I have mana, so it's good.
All right, I'll draw. All right, Barbarian Ring, more painful mana base. Why not? I'll go to attacks. So
okay.
You're at
go
8.
To 8.
And then I'll play another Dauthi Horror.
Another one, nice.
And then I'll pass with 1 card in hand.
Okay. I take a pain for black. Colorless. Go to 7.
This is the 3rd
Smother the Jackal Pup.
Oh, smother. Okay. Yep.
And then I untap. I got no more cards in hand. Now I draw. Okay. I attack with both Bailiffs.
Yeah, I'll go to 1.
Okay. Is there anything else? I mean, I could. So you got 1 card in hand, right? Okay.
Correct.
What could it be? I play Cable Therapy.
Yeah, that's good.
And I name. Let's name. Lightning Bolt.
That is the card.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm at 1 life, and I don't have any non-painful sources of red mana.
Yeah. So that's what I thought. Okay, that's the worst thing for me. But I was actually also afraid of Karak's Spite. You know this one?
Yeah, that one would be nice.
But so then I would have flashbacked. So, but okay, yeah. Then it's your turn.
All right, I'll draw. It is a very useless fetch land. I'll attack, and then take you to 3, and then I will concede. Good games.
Good games, yeah. I mean, but it was really like, okay, if I, yeah, it's.
Yeah, multiple Bailoffs. I don't think I'm beating.
But you were really greedy. Yeah, you kept the 1-lander. So.
Yeah, I had a 1-lander, but there was a lot of like good interaction. So I was like, maybe if I just get like 1 more land, I should be okay. It didn't really happen, obviously, as soon as I'd like. But I think even if I had gone the land, it probably wouldn't have mattered because I think beating 1 Bailoff is tough but doable. But like 3 Bailoffs plus recursion with the Stronghold is just, I think the only way you can beat that is Sulfuric Vortex, and I'm not actually playing that because my mana base is already so harsh that like the 2 damage a turn would probably kill me more often than not.
Yeah, it's, I mean, with these decks, it's always a fine line between killing yourself or the opponent, right? So if you overstretch it, then you run into problems.
Yeah, unfortunately, no Death Shadow in this format, so
yeah,
no real benefit to getting low on life.
Yeah, but I mean, Suicide Black has been an archetype back in the day. I really liked it, so I played a lot with the shadow creatures back in the day.
Oh yeah, nice.
So yeah, I really liked the Dauthi Horror and the Slayer.
Yeah, so, those are pretty fun.
And also the Carnophage, actually. So I played with 4 Dauthi Horror, 4 Dauthi Slayers, and 4 Carnophage, and I don't know what, like Diabolic Edict and things like that. So.
Yeah, I feel like those decks are still pretty good. This one I was just trying to combine kind of that and Sligh together, and it's definitely not as consistent. But it's kind of fun, you know. But it definitely is not as strong as the solo monocolored versions.
Yeah, but I think it's of course also a question of the meta game. Yeah? So I think for you, the Rock is just a very, very bad matchup because you have low casting cost creatures, so the Deed will wipe your board every time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I had been kind of hoping or expecting. Well, I guess you don't have to reveal too much because I still have 2 games left. But I was hoping for more like control combo. But it's mostly been kind of like mid-range aggro so far that I've played against, and so like these tiny creatures are like not so good against that. But we'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know who you played against. But it's yeah, you never know, right? And I mean, it's like 100 players in the whole thing, right?
Yeah, so, exactly. All right, sounds good. Well, thanks again for the matches, and